Hey there everyone. This time around I'll be reviewing a very interesting book and one of the most favorite characters of all times. Mickey Mouse books, uh, two of the total series, because there are like 13 books in the whole series, and like I don't have all 13 books. I've just started these and I've only got two of them. So I'll be going through these two to show you what the quality is, how they hold up, what kind of artwork can you expect, and so on. So yeah, that's about it. But before we get into it, do subscribe to the channel if you like videos which have comics in them, illustrated books, or just interesting books, because this is what the channel is about. And do feel free to comment in the comment section below regarding how I may improve these videos, what can be done to add more content to the channel. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, feel free to comment them in the comment section. So with that being said, let's dive into these books. So as you can see, I think this is book 1. Yeah, this is volume 1. So it says volume 1 here. These are by Fantagraphic, I think. Pretty sure these are by Fantagraphic. So these are not very well known in most places, because uh, these I think are not cheap. They do not go for cheap. I think each of them go for around 1500 to 2000 on the Indian market, but they are available on Amazon, and I think they are pretty good for the price, for the amount, for the like the quality that you're getting, because they have really good binding. You can see the binding here. They have really good binding, and I'd say that this binding is on par with some of my most favorite bindings done by Dark Horse, uh, and they have good content. I mean, I do understand that for the price of 1000, it might not appear too appetizing, but the content itself is really amazing. So in that sense, I think it makes, I mean, 1000, 1500 to 2000 is not too much for these books, especially for a character as popular as Mickey, and if you like the character. So with that being said, let's start from the beginning. So this is the front of the first book, and by Mickey Mouse by Floyd Gottfredson, Race to Death Valley. And so you have, so yeah, the table of contents. Feel free to pause it here and look through the content if you want. I understand that this is one of the most important parts you need to look through, so I decided, like when I opened my channel back in the day, not many channels were available where they showed the content, table of content, so I decided to do it wherever it was necessary. So so I yeah, so each of those, so this was one story, and this is the second story if I'm not wrong. This is the third story, Mr. Slicker and the Egg Robbers, plus short stories, Mickey Mouse Music, The Picnic, and Traffic Troubles. This was September 22, 1930 to January 17, 1931. So this is how each story begins out. There is, I think, a short um, introduction to each of these, and then you get into the story. The page quality is fairly thick stock paper. Pretty happy with it, frankly, if you ask me. And the content is in the form of dailies. So you have daily strips, and I think this works wonders for Mickey Mouse, because they're like really well maintained. They fit good on a paper, they look good on a paper, and they like maintain the quality of the whole thing. So yeah, and let's see, Mickey Mouse versus Catnip. So these are the stories. Let's get to the end. I'll admit I have not read these books, but yeah, That's Mickey Mouse, so you can't go wrong with that. Sharing the spotlight, Walt Disney. The end, there is quite a bit of cover title page is it's very well made. I think they are a really good value for money, especially if you grab them now when they are still available for cheap on Amazon. I'll leave a link to the link to Amazon in the description below. You may check that out. So yeah, that was the first book. Let's see. That's the first book, and this is the second book, Mickey Mouse Trapped on Treasure Island. Same quality, and I'll give you the blurb at the back. You may pause this and read it here. These retail for $29.99 US, but I mean, given that I found them for around 1500 2000, I think that's cheaper than the base price. So this is the table of content for the second book. This is volume 2. Yeah, that's about it. And then again there's an introduction and so on and so forth. So the artwork is similar to the first book, no changes in the artwork. Lovely stuff. Then let's go to the very end. Essays and special features, the Gottfredson archives. Play money. Lovely stuff. I've never been to Disneyland, so I've never actually used play money or the Disney dollars, but I know what they're for, and I really like the concept. I think they discontinued Disney dollars very recently. That's what I heard. They're not accepting them in the parks anymore, and that's really sad to hear. The whole point of Disney dollars was that children could get to spend it how they saw fit. I think the concept was brilliant. So yeah, that's about it. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any suggestions, anything to say about these videos, and as always, happy reading.